Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome back to FemmeTarot. I'm Natalie, your international psychic medium. And now, over here, as you know, we don't do fluff, we cut straight to the truth. And that's why we're here today on this beautiful Friday, this chaotic week, this chaotic month. So, you guys, and I decided to do this members only because I wanted also, because it's been a minute. Towards the end of this live, I'm going to be giving out a free one question readings as we normally do. So I apologize if I'm a little bit late in doing that. Also, I will be releasing this video. I will be editing and clipping it. I won't be adding the readings that we're going to be doing and maybe possibly things that are a little bit too sensitive to be out there on YouTube. Roaming free, if you will. So I will release this video, the edited video, for the rest of the Femmies, just so you know. But here we are today. I hope everyone is doing well. Everyone is holding up because there's just so much going on around right now. I feel like I've been saying this for like the past couple of years now. You know, every time I'm on YouTube, every time I go live, I feel like I'm repeating myself. There's constantly all of this energy going around and all this chaos. But you guys, this is something that I was warning you about years ago. Not just me, a lot of other psychic mediums out there and light workers have been warning the world that this year is going to be chaotic, crazy, out there. Not believing your eyes, not believing your ears regarding things that are happening out there. And we're seeing it. We're seeing things unfolding. All right. So today we're going to be looking into Melania. Something that I wanted to do a reading on her, just to read her energy and all that, not for a specific reason, months ago. But as always, I let my guides to lead me. And when they tell me, you know what, you've got to wait a little, I wait a little. And here we are today, because I was just as surprised, flummoxed as you guys were yesterday when suddenly the First Lady does a closed press conference. All right, no questions, no questions allowed. She read a statement, read it. She hardly even looked at the journalists and the cameras while she was delivering very weird, in my opinion, speech. I'll tell you what I felt, and then we're going to do the reading and dive in and see what's behind all this. What's brewing? The timing is not shocking. Okay, the timing is not shocking. Today's the 10th. Yesterday was the 9th of April when all this happened. It was the end of Mercury shadow period. Mercury is back being direct, back in his old, groove and style. Not just that. We have an alignment, a shoestring of planets, of big outer planets in Aries. So we will look at her chart too and what that means, because I looked at her chart because I wanted to see, where does she have Aries in her chart? She's a Taurus. She has a lot of Taurus in her chart. I'll bring it up in a minute. And it made a lot of sense what I saw and what I found, which I will share with you guys in a moment, because of course I want to say hello to the beautiful Femmies, the beautiful Femme Village. How is everybody? Happy Friday. The weekend is upon us. The weekend is upon us, and that's good. Try to stay off of social media this weekend if you can do this for you, for your mental health. Go out in nature, do some crafts, do whatever it is that makes you feel happy and grounded and centered, and try to avoid reading what's happening, because this weekend, this is my intuition, this is my feeling, is going to get crazy. Yeah. So maybe we need a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a room, So that applies for me too. I did take a little bit of a break this week. I've got to share with you. I felt really, really, really overwhelmed. I've said this before, being a psychic is a blessing. I feel really blessed having these abilities, being born with these abilities, but it is also sometimes it feels like a curse as well. As dramatic as that sounds, for all of you empaths out there, and most femmies are empaths, most femmies are psychic. Some of you, maybe you haven't developed your abilities yet, but if you found this channel, if you found me, and if you're part of this tribe, part of the Fem Village, you are a light worker. You're an empath, and you're someone who's picking up everything. All right. So I was feeling very overwhelmed with the overall collective energy and everything that's going on. Haven't been sleeping well. It's been awful. I've been having a lot of downloads and a lot of visions and a lot of prophetic dreams as well. And not just that, because of this overwhelming energy, my hives, I've told you that I have developed a third autoimmune disease. That's another part of another curse, if you will, of being an energy reader and someone who works with collective energies, is that we are prone to autoimmune diseases and our health is prone to a lot because our physical body, because we do all of this energy work and spiritual work, sometimes it's just too much for a physical body because I have to raise my vibrations in order for me read, to read you, to read celebrities, to read what's going on out in the world. And so my highs just, I had such bad flare-ups. It was really bad. There was a point where I was actually crying. I was very depressed about it because I just, it's very, very uncomfortable, that feeling. I did my energy healing. I did with Tina. You all know Tina. Also, a reminder about that we have 2 more places available for the activation workshop if you want to be part of it. There's still time. It's 3 weeks away. 2 more places. This, I think, more than ever, now's the time for you if you want to open up if you want to connect more to your intuition, if you want to open up to the angelic realm, if you want to open up to the spiritual realm, and you want to actually start developing as well, this is the perfect workshop for you. It's going to be a nice, intimate circle of people. I love the fact that all of you that you have so far signed up for this workshop. I know we've worked together. You've come to me for readings. I know you, and I'm so excited for this. So back to what I was saying, everything is linked down below, by the way. So everything that we say, I will also bring out my banner here. Yeah. So there's just so much going on right now, and this is just a stark reminder. It was a reminder to me as well that I need to take a break. I need to take a break. The thing is, I'm so on top of everything. I try to be on top of everything because I just I want to help everyone, but when I mean help, I really want to get to the truth. I really want to get to the truth of things. And that takes a toll on me because I'm either online, I'm either talking to people, I'm connecting with my guides, I'm downloading, whatever it is, it's just too much. So I had to take a few days off this week from social, from everything. And then as soon as I come back on social, I had someone DM me because I posted something on Threads, and I, tongue in cheek, just sort of being sarcastic as well, calling Bibi Netanyahu Trump's boss, and I was called the anti-Semitist. All right then. If that's, I was like, oh God, please, just spare me the BS. Just Oh Lord, people have to educate themselves. Really, they do. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that. I'm not bringing this energy in. And by the way, because a lot of you DM'd me about that, because I did blast them, put them on blast on Instagram, and people just, all of you, a lot of you DM'd me, and you were like, Natalie, this was such a good response, and this is ridiculous. This is the cult. This is the Trump cult, etc., etc. And I really appreciate your guys' support. But as I told everyone, you know what? It doesn't get to me. It really doesn't get to me. I don't like, I just, sometimes I like laugh at people like that who make these types of comments, and have these type of, and they have this mentality, and they have these types of beliefs. I don't, it doesn't do anything to me. All right. Okay. I have a thick skin. It doesn't. The worst thing that can happen, it could make me angry. And if I get angry, Scorpio moon, you know me, I might, I'll respond. I'll react to it. I'll react one way or another. But anyways, let's move on from this, because we have far bigger and more interesting things to look at today, which is Melania. What is going on? But before I do, a quick hello to the most beautiful souls on here. Alexis says, so they started a war to distract from the e-files. I know. And now they're distracted from the war by talking about the e-files. No matter what they do, and no matter what Trump does, he is just so in the gutter when it comes to the war, when it comes to the Epstein stuff, when it comes to all sorts of stuff. All right, let's not forget all of the lawsuits and all of the tax evasion that he's done and all of that. All right, he's just like, no matter what he does, something is going to come up. Okay, it's not going to look good for him. The attention, maybe that was intentional. We'll look. I'm going to share with you what I got, because I did watch the video several times, because I was just trying to read her energy and just to understand. It's a little bit harder when someone's reading off, and she felt very wooden, very frozen, very, hi Allison. Allison's Palm Springs, lucky girl. Have fun. And thank you for being here with us today. Yeah, and as I was saying, so here's what I got reading Melania, just by when I watched it. Actually, I watched it like 10 minutes after it was posted online. It was late last night for me here in Europe. So here's what I got. I got that she was frozen. Her energy was very frozen. She was very anxious, which is why I feel she kept reading her statement or her speech. She hardly looked at the cameras or the people in the room. She just looked up a little bit and then down again. To me, this was trying to mask and hide her anxiousness. It was that piece of paper that she was holding, that speech was her safety net. It was her comfort zone. Why was she afraid though? Because these were questions that were going through my head, and I was like having a conversation with my guides as well at the same time. So why? Like, why was she anxious? She was the one who called for this press conference. It was unexpected. It was last minute. Her team didn't even tell the journalists what this was going to be about. It was pretty much like a Kinder Egg, surprise. And the timing of it all. So let's dive in, because we have a lot. So let's look at her chart real quick, because I want to explain to you a little what I saw. Here we have her chart. Oh my, you can't really see it. I hope you can see like her. I mean, you can see the wheel, but if you find it hard reading the wheel, this table down here, I hope you can see it. It seems quite small here for me for my screen, but okay, she has a lot of Taurus. I can't really, hold on, where's her chart? I need to bring it closer to me. Do I have it on my phone? No, I don't. Anyways, The point here is I looked at her chart and I was looking, where does she have Aries? She has a lot of fixed signs and a lot of Taurus there. Where does she have Aries? Now, she has Aries in her Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer, you guys. And I realized then when I looked at her chart and I just went back and did a little bit of my own research, she's going through a Chiron return. What does that mean? You may be asking. So, when we have Saturn, Neptune in conjunction in Aries, we have 4 planets right now in Aries. This is very volatile energy, very Martian energy, volatile, aggressive, warlike, you know, Aries energy. All right. She will be facing for the next few years as well, deep spiritual wounds. She's facing deep spiritual wounds. And she now feels that she needs to find a purpose in order to heal those wounds, those spiritual wounds. All of these wounds are coming to surface. And when Mars entered Aries, you guys, it acted as a trigger in her chart. So I'm not surprised that yesterday, the 9th, when Mercury went direct, that boom, she came out very spontaneously. Well, spontaneously for us, who knows how long she was planning or thinking about doing this, okay? Because she is now facing an urge to stand up for herself. Yes. And cut ties. Are you guys listening to what I'm saying? We're going to read her, but I'm just reading her chart and I'm just sharing with you what I'm getting from her chart. Chiron and Aries. All right. And she wants to cut ties now. She has the urge to cut ties from situations and things or even people that have imprisoned her. And she wants to connect to who she really is. Interesting, huh? Very interesting. So, as I said, this is the energy that I felt. So, and while I was asking my guides and trying to see what my guides were giving me or showing me, I kept getting that her speech was not written by her. Someone else wrote her speech, and not in the capacity like Trump or any like first lady or world leader where they have someone who writes their speeches for them. That is quite common. They don't write their own speeches. They may tweak here and there or change things here and there, but they don't write their own speeches. That's not what I mean. I mean someone else wrote that speech for her and made her do this press conference and say what she did. I don't know who yet. I don't know here who yet. But let's dive in. Of course, as always, I'm going to take your questions. But before I do, a quick reminder for you guys to like this video, and obviously you are subscribed, so you're members here. But do like this video. It does absolutely help, even though it's a members behind a paywall video. It still counts for YouTube. And also, I will bring up this banner that everything that we say here are based on my opinions and my psychic insights and not based on facts for entertainment purposes only. Again, a quick reminder that everything is down below. Now, before I start pulling the cards, and I want to share with you because I have also a new deck, 2 new decks here today with me. They arrived finally. Finally, it took a month. Took 6 weeks actually, but I've got them here. I'll share with you which ones I'm using today as well. We'll play around. We'll see. They read really good, actually. And one of them are great for beginners too. It's an oracle deck. I will explain. But before we get into the reading, we start the reading, I just wanted to just put it out there as well, because Melania said yesterday, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I met Donald at a party in New York back in 1998, I think, right? And no, I haven't been on the island. I wasn't in Epstein's proximity or in his social circle. And no, I didn't meet Donald via Epstein. Well, just a reminder. So, who are these people? Well, let's talk about these people, because one of the theories that's floating, and we will look at the theories that are floating around and what people are theorizing on why Melania said what she said and the way that she did it yesterday. Okay, so are these people? This is Melania and Donald, and this beautiful woman next to Donald Trump is a young a lady. I was going to say young lady. This is a Brazilian model. Her name is Amanda Ongara. I have notes here so I don't mess anything up. A model from Brazil who was also Melania's friend for 20 years. They were very, very close friends. This lady, this beautiful model over here, was in a relationship with this guy next to her. His name is Paolo Zamboli, and Zamboli actually was the former partner. He was the partner of a former modeling agency. Melania was part of that modeling agency, by the way, and so was Amanda Ongaro, right? And these two, Amanda and Paolo, were together, not married, but they were a couple, and they had, I know they have one child. I'm not sure if they have more than one, but as far as I know, they have one son together. Okay. Now, what happened here, and this is really interesting. So, one theory that's been going around is, and I will share with you some screenshots as well, just in case you missed it, what's been going on. All right. So, Paolo Zamboli, as soon as they broke up, Amanda and Paolo broke up, he called Trump, because he's also, by the way, even today, he is a close confidant of Trump and an ally. And he also is someone who's in Trump's ear. All right, just so you know. And this is very important information. So after the breakup, there was a huge dispute between the couple about custody, which is unfortunate, but this is very common after a breakup or a divorce. And what this guy did, you guys, is he called his buddy bud Donald Trump, and he said, I want you to send ICE to Amanda. I want her detained. I want her out of the country, and I want custody of my child. And that's exactly what happened. She lived in Florida. So Trump sent ICE to Florida. They detained her. They sent her back to Brazil. And the son is in America with his father. And Amanda has been on a social media tarot, as you can see here. These are all tweets, tweets on X. And you've got to read these tweets here. You can see that she is after Melania. All right. She's actually threatening Melania and threatening to expose Melania and her PDF husband, Donald Trump. I just need to show you the receipts here. There you go. Receipts, everything is here. I've got more screenshots, but we're not going to spend all this time looking at screenshots. Just do your own research. Go on X, go on Threads, go online. You'll find everything that you need on there as well. So just debunking some of the things that Melania said. So there's that. And there's also debunking this. I don't know Jeffrey Epstein, never been around him. Who's Ghislaine? I've only emailed her once. Really? Really? Well, I've got a lot more pictures that I can bring up. I won't because, again, I don't want to waste too much time, but everything's online. You can find them yourselves. That doesn't look to me like she doesn't know Epstein. She looks very comfortable with Ghislaine and Epstein as well. And there are other pictures as well. I have them on my phone where she's actually with Donald Trump, actually, not even Donald Trump. There is a picture where she's sitting on Jeffrey Epstein's lap. This is Melania sitting on his lap, and he's kissing her, force kissing her. You can tell that she's she's got the ick. You can tell, like she's like, oh, like all smiley and flirty, but you can tell, like she's like, get your paws off of me. So many pictures, so many receipts out there, which makes the whole speech, yesterday's speech, even more cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, girl, the receipts are out there. Like, what are you going to say? AI? They're not AI. They're not AI. They're in the Epstein files. They're not. You can find the metadata of these pictures. They've been floating around even before AI. So, what was she or they thinking? Also, what was interesting, and I will take your questions as well. I will start by reading her energy and just trying to get the questions. And then, as always, as you guys know, I will get to your questions. But the other thing that she said is like that Epstein, basically, I'm paraphrasing, but she said that Epstein wasn't working alone. So, boom, she just threw a grenade. She just threw a grenade. Woman, girl, why say that? All right. Why say that if you don't want people to start asking questions? Not that we haven't, but now, even more so, we're like, ooh, she's leaving breadcrumbs, which is exactly what I feel she's doing. Now, what's the motive behind all this? Let's look into it. I have my own opinions and I have my own thoughts about it, but I won't share them with you because obviously I don't want this to seem like a biased reading. And as you guys know, sometimes I go into a reading thinking that um, a situation is one way, and then the reading shows me that things are very they're very different to what I thought. And you know, I go with what I see. I go with what I get. I go with what my guides show me. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying real quick. I will highlight your questions and I will get to them soon. All right. So if you have questions, I may miss them, so I'm just highlighting them for later. Yeah, Joey, I'm with you on this. You know, on one hand, I kind of feel so. I do. Like, I don't have hatred for her, or I don't, I don't wish any harm on her. I don't wish any harm on anyone, to be honest. I'm not that type of person, regardless of how I feel about them. I think that's evil and it's not good energy. But putting out there in the collective. But I feel sorry for her on one hand because she was a model. She's been around these sick, uh, entitled, disgusting people, and she was used, she was manipulated, and God knows what else they physically have done to her. There's that aspect of things, where I'm like, I feel bad for her. On the other hand, I'm like, I don't feel bad for her. Why? Because she married that man and she knew exactly who he was. And you know what? She put fame, status, money above ethics and her morals. So, girl, that was your own doing. That was your choice. We have free will. You weren't forced into a marriage to Donald Trump, or was she? I don't know. I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. So let me share with you as well which decks I'm using. So I have this beautiful deck here, one of my new ones, which I'll be using. This is not a tarot deck. This is actually a oracle deck by the fantastic medium, John Holland. He's a great, I'm really surprised. John Holland is actually American. And I've heard a lot of my American clients said, who's John Holland? Anyway, he's great. He's really fantastic, and he's created a few decks. This is one of them, the Psychic Tarot. So it's an oracle deck, although it is based on tarot, which is why I'm going to use it today. It's renamed, so the cards have different names. Okay, but it is based on the Rider-Waite system, except that it doesn't have the tens and the suits. The suit cards are missing, the tens are missing, and they're just color coded according to chakras as well. But this is a great beginner deck. This is for all levels, but this is a great beginner deck as well. I have recommended this to some people. So if you want to not learn tarot, but tap into your intuition, all right, and learn how to work with divination tools and your intuition, I highly suggest this deck here. The other deck that I'll be using, it's another oracle deck. I love this. This is Denise Lynn. I have several of her decks. This is the Time Traveler's Oracle deck that I'll be using today, which is this one. I'm sharing with you guys because I know you're interested. All right. And I also have my tarot deck if I need it. All right. If we need it, which is the Light Seers tarot deck. You know this one. I've been working with this one for a long time. So enough about that. Let's get into it. Let's get into Melania. Let's see. All righty. Okay. So my question is, I won't. I'll do it this way. I'm going to tap into her energy first, just to read her now. What's her energy like now, right now? What is she thinking, feeling? What's going on? And then I'm going to start asking about her speech, about what was that all about? Because in my opinion, this was a veiled message. And then when I saw her chart and I saw her Chiron in Aries and realized that she's going through her Chiron return and she wants to cut ties from something that's imprisoning her. Oh, you guys, does this mean that Melania turns out to be this anti-hero in this Tolstoyic novel that we're living right now? Well, let's find out. Let's find out. So I'm reading Melania now. Okay, show me. Ooh, 3 cards just, I didn't even ask the question. Okay, show me Melania, please. A little bit of ASMR for you guys. Show me Melania, please. I'm also tapping in. 2 cards jumped out. Show me Melania. I keep seeing Baron. So I tapped into Melania really briefly, and then she just diverted me to Baron. She wants to protect Baron as much as she can, but she realizes that Baron is on a mission. He has a mission in life. You'll remember, you probably remember what I said in the video when I did a video on the future of the USA. This was earlier this year. I did see Barron in the future becoming president. He's going to be the next president of the United States, and at a rather young age as well, 30s, but not 20s, but in his 30s as well. And I also see Ivanka. She's not going to be president of the year, but I do see her being part of his cabinet, Barron's cabinet, and taking on a very, very important key role. So it's interesting now that Melania is pointing at her son, and she's showing me that she wants to protect him, and that she cannot block or come in between Baron and his mission, his soul's mission in this lifetime. This is why he was created, he was born, he was made. It was for that reason. Oh, something else I'm seeing now is like when Baron was small, when he was a baby, actually. Mm, okay. They're showing me some other stuff about Baron, but they're so personal that I don't want to put them out there. Baron hasn't done anything wrong. I know, like, a lot of people don't like him because he's Donald Trump's son, but you know what? He hasn't done anything wrong. So I'm not gonna put this stuff out in public. But what I will tell you guys though is she is showing me that Baron was taken away from her when he was a baby. She wasn't present, and he was taken by these men somewhere, and there was some kind of initiation done to him and some kind of ritual done to him. And I believe that this was the whole purpose, that Baron was meant to be born, and Baron was meant to take on his dad's torch, and part of the elite's plans and mission. This is what I'm hearing and seeing. So let me just see what else I get. Yeah, she wants to protect Baron. She has a confidant. So there is a woman near, very, very close to Melania and near her. And she's the only person that I feel, aside from Melania's parents, who I feel she's close to, but she doesn't, they're not, how can I say this? They live in a little bit of a bubble. So they don't know the ins and outs. She doesn't open up to them about like really deep, dark secrets to her parents. But she does have a female around her that she trusts with her life. I feel she's not even American. She could be a friend from Europe. She speaks a different language, right? It could be Slovenian, I don't know, Hungarian, not sure. It's not clear, cannot hear that clearly for me to understand. So this woman could possibly also not be living in the USA, be living in Europe, who Melania visits and talks to very, very often. And Melania trusts this woman. I'm asking for a name. I'm asking for spirit to show me, but they said no. They're protecting this woman. It's actually quite complicated, this whole thing. But back to Melania. So Melania has a plan. All right. This is part of her plan. She's been building and working on this plan for a long, long time. She does have, so this woman is a confidant, is someone she trusts, but there is a male around Melania. And I said this years ago. Melania has, for entertainment purposes only, allegedly, et cetera, Melania is dating someone in Texas. I see her with someone in Texas. I've seen her years. She's in another relationship. This is not a real, I mean, you guys, you're not surprised, I hope, right? You do realize that this is not a real marriage. Okay. But what I'm seeing is that she's with this other man. He's from Texas. He's super rich, very powerful too. He's half. He's not Texan exactly. He's not American. He also has his roots are from another country. I don't know if this is the guy though who is behind her, but I do see a man. You guys bear with me. If I'm all over the place, it's because this is how it comes through to me from spirit, okay? Because I'm super connected right now, wide open. So I may be going here and there. So I apologize. You'll just have to keep up with what I'm saying. Me, myself as well. I need to keep up with everything that I'm receiving. So This man, so there is a man behind her who has been helping her for a very, very long time. It's interesting that when I talked about her chart and talked about her Chiron return, that I used the word imprisonment, because this is what I'm hearing now as well. Like, this is, she's been working on a plan for a very long time to free herself from a situation. The Epstein files and everything that's gone down because of the Epstein files was actually a blessing in disguise for her. It was actually a blessing in disguise for her. Yeah, she's implicated, but she's also, she knows that through her implication and through all of the cover up and all of this scandal around it, around the files, that she it's her opportunity to exit. It's her out. So yesterday, I'm hearing, was these cards fell out. I haven't looked at them yet. I will look at them now. These are the ones that jumped out. There's several of them. Yesterday, she was activating this plan. So there's a lot more that's going to happen. A lot more that's going to happen. In the meantime, let me look at the cards one by one. Temptation. This is the devil in tarot. Okay, temptation, the devil. So again, this is an oracle deck, but I will also give you the tarot meanings. Okay, they have different meanings here, but or names, but the meanings are similar to tarot. So the devil, temptation, is also the devil, is someone who works in the shadows, someone who puts on different masks, okay, who has a secret plan, who is evil, who's bad intentions, etc. Here it comes up as temptation. Look at this. Heartache and loss, and look at her. This is, you guys, this is the three of swords. This in tarot would be the three of swords, but I don't want to confuse you. Let's stick to this. Heartache and loss. Look at her. Look at it. Looks like Melania too. Crazy. Look at that. Okay. Heartache and loss. Also, someone, look at her hands. Someone who her hands are tied. Someone who has felt like she didn't have the power. Okay. That she was lost. She lost a lot. Let's keep going. These are the cards that jumped out. Deception and envy. Deception and envy. There's deception here. Okay. I've asked to see Melania. Okay. So I'll see what that means. The deception here. Emotional withdrawal. Disruption. This was intentional. Moving on. This, I just got the chills. All right, there you go. Validation. All right. So if you're a bit lost, let me explain. She is trying to expose with the help now. She feels she has to do it now because she has the right support, or she feels safe enough, or she finds that this window in time is perfect. I will get to Donald Trump in a minute. We'll get to that because I want to share with you what I'm getting. Look at this. All right. The devil. Someone who's being deceitful. There you go. Okay. This is Melania. Because I'm reading her energy now. I haven't asked questions. I'm tapping into her energy. This is Melania. Heartache and loss. Heartache and loss. She's in despair. She's cornered right now. Because she knows that if her husband goes down, she goes down with him. No excuses, nothing. All right. She's lost so much. She's lost herself. She is done. Disruption, chaos. This is it. This is exactly what she did what she did yesterday, because this man who's behind her, who is cushioning her, is just like, listen, I've got a safety net underneath. You've got to do this now. Donald Trump, your husband's popularity is going down. He's going through a narcissistic crash right now, and that's what's happening. Hence the video on Truth Social yesterday, that snuff video of that poor woman getting hit by a hammer, by a wacko, by an evil person, right? People were like, oh, that was a veiled threat. That was a threat to Melania. That was a threat to to the world, to whoever's against him. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. He is seeing his popularity go down. His MAGA fans now are turning against him. He's going to lose the midterm elections. He's losing the war. He's losing the war. Strait of Hormuz, he doesn't even know what's happening there. Strait of Hormuz, he was like on Truth Social, oh, now I just found out that the Strait of Hormuz is they're charging for ships to go through, and the Strait of Hormuz is open. He doesn't even know what's happening down there. He's lost it, right? He sent all this like boots on the ground there. They're all waiting. They're all waiting for God knows what. They're all like wondering what they're doing there. So he's just having a meltdown. He's going after Biden again and Kamala and he can't, and Obama. He can't let it go. Oh my God. So disruption. She knows that now with him spiraling, and by the way, I feel that she found out something about Donald Trump's health, which made her feel safe enough to activate this plan. All right. This plan of cutting ties, escaping, trying to, clear my name as much as possible. This is how she's thinking right now. Because she wants to move on. Because she wants to move on. She wants to move on with her life. So she got wind of something. And this man and the people behind her who are there to help her. And obviously, listen, in those circles, no one's got your back. They all have an agenda. Yes, they want to help Melania, but they want to help Melania because they want to harm and hurt Trump. This is what's happening here, an emotional withdrawal. She's done. She is done. Done. What are you guys saying? Yeah, we will look at that. I will highlight that question and I'll get to it. That Ever leaves or stays with him, she will always be stuck. It's done. It's done. She married this man. She procreated with this man. They had a child with this man. It's done. She's unfortunately, she has a lot of karmic debt. And she hasn't paid it off. She's actually created more karmic debt for herself. So she will have a couple of more lives in the future to go through in order to really, because you know what, her karmic debt is not because she married Trump or because she knows all his secrets or because she covered for him or whatever. It's not. It goes back from past lives, and she has had a past life with Trump, and she was indebted to him. Hence why in this lifetime they met, they got married, they had a child together, and this child, Baron, is going to be in the future one of the future presidents of the United States of America. All right. So there is a bloodline there. It goes back to ancient times. There are bloodlines that a lot of these elites come from bloodlines that have done, hence the rituals. By the way, go on to Substack because it's been released now. It was behind a paywall for the subscribers of Substack, but it's been released today. I talk about the Sumerian demons and how elites and these people, all right, do these rituals right in front of, right under our noses, why they do them, how they do them. I bring in examples regarding the music, in the music industry, in the film industry. Go to my Substack after this video and read that article. It's 2,000 words. So it goes, I analyze quite a bit. I go into things, right? So it's really interesting with Melania. And I will be honest with you guys, reading her now, I'm kind of like, I can't be mad at her. I can't be mad at her. I want to, because she was quiet. She's done a lot, okay? She's done a lot of faux pas, and she's done a lot of stuff that to me were unacceptable. But I have to see it from the humane side, the side of a woman as well. I kind of feel sorry for her. I do. If you don't, it's fine. This is just me being me. So this is her energy right now. Let me just pull from these oracle cards. Any other message for Melania? Ooh, okay, this one flew out. Stillness, a Zen monastery in Japan. These are beautiful cards, by the way. Stillness. Things are still right now. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, so now we know what, let's say, the motive was behind that. Hold on. Now, I keep hearing there's more, okay? From my guides, I keep hearing there's more. So as I said, she activated this plan. This was just the beginning. There's going to be more coming out. And yes, she was trying to get ahead of something. And that ahead of something has to do with Trump and not her, has to do with her husband. Something is coming out next week. I keep getting, and I think I've said this on threads or online, that my guide showed me as key dates. We have the 20th, the 21st, and the 23rd of April are key dates. I feel something huge, big is going to happen on either all of those dates or one of those dates. But if I got these specific dates, all of those dates, and something is coming out about Trump, okay, this week. I also want to say something else regarding his health, because you've heard me say this the past 2 years, that I've seen him exiting, goodbye this world, right? It's coming. I feel it. It's coming. All right. Again, I don't wish this on anyone. You know, if he wasn't the president of America, of the US, if he wasn't so disruptive, if he wasn't a PDF, I would be like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. He lives it. I don't care. But now I care, because this disruption and everything that's happening because of his free will and his own mission, I'm like, I'm done. But on the other hand, it has to be done. It has to be done. In order for us to enter the new earth and the golden era, we had to have someone like Trump, someone like Bibi, someone like Putin, someone like, we have to have these people. They're going down, you guys. None of these people that I just mentioned right now are going to survive past 2030. You heard it here first. None of these people are going to live past 2030. You heard it here first. All right? So what they're trying to do now is cause this disruption collectively, because they are trying to timeline shift and shift the energy. But the energy and the timelines are resisting, which is why everything is so cuckoo. Everything feels so cuckoo out there. All right? So just so you know, Trump, I feel that she's been told, she knows what is going on with her husband's health, what is going on over there. And that's why she felt confident enough and stressed enough and frozen enough, because I tell you, her energy was completely frozen yesterday, to come out and say what she said. And you know what? Who else? Who would come out in public and refute things about themselves when there are so many receipts out there? This is like this is gaslighting. This is gaslighting. But she doesn't care because it is part of this plan. All right? Part of this plan. Everything, every word, she didn't say much. She didn't say much, but everything that she said, you guys read between the lines. This is I'm connected to spirit. I'm just telling you exactly what I'm hearing and what I'm receiving right now. They are saying read between the lines. Everything she said, the way it was worded, which is why she was reading, she didn't want to make a mistake. She didn't want to miss a comma or a full stop. Everything she said, all right, reading between the lines, it was a veiled message. It will be a lot clearer to us soon. All right, soon. There's more to come. There's more to come. Let me see what you guys are saying. Based on search results, there are no credible reports of Melania having a Texas boyfriend. Rumors previously circulated regarding a potential relationship with Henry Hank Ziemers, a security official based in New York, but there were never confirmed. Known romantic history includes a relationship with Zorg and Slovenia before she met. Yeah, no, I'm talking about I don't feel he's Texan. Maybe that's where they have a pied-à-terre or a love nest or whatever, but I kept, this was a few years ago, that I got that she kept flying and going to Texas, and there was a man there that she had an affair, and I stand by it, and I feel that she's still with this man. You know, it's like they have an agreement with Trump. They have an agreement. They've always had an agreement, and if it worked for them, it worked for them. All right. So question, Melania. Okay, wait, I'll get to that in a minute. Just don't feel betrayed by Melania. Yeah, that's the question that I wanted to look into. Feel betrayed by Melania because of this? Did he see it coming and not surprised, or is he really so far gone? Okay, let's ask. I'm just gonna say, show me Donald Trump. Show me Donald Trump after Melania's speech, please. Okay, this one. Okay, this was a jumper card, Shadow. I'll explain. Hold on. The energy is so strong, you guys. I don't even have time. Like, I'm shuffling, but then there's just so much coming in. 3 cards jumped out. I haven't even pulled the cards. Conflict and defeat. This is Trump. I'm reading Trump. Conflict and defeat. All right. Movement, choices, decisions. That's what I'm telling you. There's more coming out. He's got to make decisions. There is stuff that he needs to sort out now. That, hence the meltdown yesterday with that horrific video that he put out on Truth Social and all his like tweets or truths, whatever they're called. He is losing his mind right now. He's in panic. He's in panic. Conflict and defeat. This was it. Boom, boom, boom. Heart. Right through the heart. Yeah, that's how he feels about that. And now all hell is going to break loose because he's going to start questioning why, who's behind it, who made her do it. He's in his own deranged mind. He's probably thinking someone threatened Melania and they made her say this and they made her do that. And, you know, Melania do in his own deranged mind. He's not going to accept that she did this to him because she knows exactly what she did. She knew exactly what she did. Movement, choices, and chaos. Firm foundation, the backbone. Look at this, the backbone, firm foundation here. And then I see the mountain here. You guys, this is the beginning of the end. This is the beginning of the end. Let me just pull some cards on Donald. Let me see also what my guides are saying. Obstacles and challenges. This is him. He's way over his head. He is stressed. He is overwhelmed. He is losing it. He cannot think straight right now. Fertility. I just heard something. She got wind. She's known this for a while, but I think this is probably going to come out. I feel this is going to come out. This is a big secret, you guys. There is allegedly for entertainment purposes only, this is my opinion, but there is a Trump kid out there, illegitimate Trump kid out there that probably was conceived from maybe a minor. All right, this is what I'm getting. This is what just came through. Whoo, is this what's coming out? And Melania is now starting to, like, this is her rebrand. This is her saving face. This is her. Oh my God. Oh my, hold on. I'm using this deck now real quick. What can you tell me about this, please? Is there a Trump baby? Did you see all the cards go crazy? Did you see the cards are so chatty today? Maybe it's my energy as well, but let me tell you, chatty cards. Okay, let me see them. Okay, so I have transformation here. I have stability. I will explain. Power. And the fourth, what was that? Life force energy. Life force energy is life force, is babies, it's making babies, is life force, giving life force energy. This is power, someone who has power to make it go away, power to hide it, power to bury it, if you know what I mean. Transformation, some kind of change regarding the status quo or regarding that. And stability, looking for stability and a change. Oh my God. Harmony. Oh Lord. Yeah, that's that too. There's that too. There's that too. There's that too. And it's, my guides are saying it is going to come out in public. It's going to come out in public. This is sort of like a secret among his people or among the elites, quite well known. And what I just heard from my guides is that there's so many elites out there that have fathered babies, kids. I don't know what to make of all this. Well, I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked, but I'm kind of like shocked that it just came through in this reading. While tapping into Trump's energy. Wow. Are you Melania when she was modeling in New York? I'll share what I was told privately. Yes, please do. None that made him look bad, though. No, again, it was, my guides are saying every single thing she said was well thought after. Like, it was a very well laid plan. That's why she did not miss a dot, a comma, anything. She followed a script for a reason. Okay. She just literally opened the Pandora's box. This is exactly what she was. It was very intentional. Very intentional. You guys, This has nothing to do with the war. I know people are saying, and we're all joking, like, you know what? They're distracting us. The war was to just distract us from Epstein, and now Epstein's to distract us from the war. No, that's not what I'm getting. This is not a deliberate sort of like, um, spinning the stories, or distracting us from what's happening. It's a lot is happening. A tsunami. I keep seeing a tsunami of information and things that are going to come out. This next week is going to be wild. Next week is going to be wild. Buckle up. Buckle up. I'm buckled. I'm ready. That's all I can say, because they're telling me that there's just going to be so much that is going to come out. It's not all going to come out at the same time, but it's the magnitude of the type of information and things that come out that is going to be a tsunami. It's going to create a tsunami. Everyone's like, I know. Everyone's like, oh wow, I feel the same way. Wasn't there a settlement paid to the victim who bore the child? I don't know. Which child? Which victim? Who are you talking about, Denise? Let me know. Wild. So yeah, Trump right now is not, I know that we're all assuming that Trump is going to go scorch earth on his wife because of this, but no, Trump is worried. I'm getting a very chaotic, very panicky energy, just, narcissistic tantrums, narcissistic crash, just all of that is going down. He's and now as I'm connecting to his energy, it doesn't feel like him. I feel like he's just, like spinning around himself. You guys, this is the beginning of the end. I'm saying this with conviction. The beginning of the end of all of this. I'm not talking about the war. I'm talking about Trump. The things that him and his buddies and his people are trying to hide. Everything. There's no coming back from this. Absolutely not. I also feel, I'm telling you, this is going to affect his health. He's already, his health is failing him. But I wrote this under someone's thread as a reply just before we came on. And I said, all of this is what's going to create the stroke, because he's had a stroke before. I've told you this. This happened to June 2 years ago, June of 2024. Stroke and a heart attack, a small heart attack. Well, boom. Yeah. Let's see. How will his diehard fans, you mean the ones that are left? Because a lot of them are jumping ship now. You guys, look at all these like conservative influencers or podcasters, whatever you want to call it, journalists. They've all jumped ship. Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens was the first one. Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson. Who's the next one? Joe Rogan. Not Joe Rogan. Sorry. Oh, I keep confusing him with not Joe Rogan. Sorry. I keep confusing the two. Their names. InfoWars. What's the Sandy Hook idiot called? You know what I'm talking about. Drop it in the chat, please. Theo Vaughn. Like all of them just jumped ship. They were like so pro Trump and so pro MAGA before. And no, it's not Theo Vaughn, the one. Alex Jones. Thank you, Ness. Thank you. Alex Jones. I don't know. I keep calling Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, and I keep confusing the two. Even Alex Jones, who was diehard Trumper, diehard MAGA, okay, he's like, I'm done. Like, he's like, impeach the guy, impeach, invoke the 25th, impeach him. Doesn't like jump ship, maybe not the celebrity ones, but the no, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about the podcaster influencers, the ones that I just mentioned. Those are jump ship. Now, for his MAGA people, let me answer that question. Let me bring it up again. Let me throw the cards for that. How will his supporters and his sponsors, you guys, because he has sponsors, how will his diehard triumph? You asked how his diehard supporters react when Trump is out of the picture. Triumph. Just shows you that they don't actually believe in Trump. They're just they're brown nosing. They have their own agenda. They have their own, they have something to gain from that. But no love lost. No love lost if he's gone. Wow. Brutal, right? There was another question. Where is it? Oh, Alexis. Considering most of his camp don't care about the e-files, will they care about him having a kid with one of the victims? That's a good question. They'll probably gaslight us. They'll probably gaslight the world and say, they'll probably be in denial and gaslight us. Oh, will they care about him having... Ooh, all right. Thank you. Material harvest. That, again, I don't feel they're going to care, you guys. Some of them are making money. Some of them are making business. Some of them are making connections because of their alliance, allegiance, support of Trump. All right. So whether he has kids with victims, whether he beats his wife, I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's died, but whatever he does, they don't care. As long as they line their pockets, they have something to gain. This is the way the cookie crumbles in this world. And especially in those echelons, in those political and upper echelons, this is how it works. I was just saying, I believe Melania's speech was a prevention for what's coming. She will distance herself from herself. She wants to cut ties. It's her escape plan. And she's just now putting it in action with the help of this man. That there's others too, but this man, I feel like, is someone who has power, who has the knowledge, has the contacts. He's smart enough and in the know to help her achieve that. They know something that they're not telling us. They know that this is the beginning of the end of Trump. All right. So now what they're trying to do is they're trying to dust and clean their own corners for when the time comes when Trump is out of the picture. Because once Trump is out of the picture, people are going to start saying, you know what? Hey, Melania. Hey, Hegseth. Hey, Kushner. Hey, you know what? Come over here. Come over here, because you're not out of the woods. You were part of his posse and part of his group of allies and consultants. Look at the mess you've made. So she's smart. We can say a lot about her, but what I pick up is that she's not some dumb bimbo X model. All right. She seems cold. For me, she's too distant, too cold. But that also has to do with the fact that she's Slovenian, and it's an ex part of the USSR, and it's a different mentality, different culture. So I kind of give her that, but it's crazy to me. All right, drop your questions. You guys, drop your questions, because I think we answered the question about what was that all about and what's about to happen. Yeah, this is part of her rebrand, Lokeen. It's part of her rebrand right now. She's just setting this thing in motion, the wheels in motion. Yeah, also was that horrible dog apart from her escape plan. Actually, I don't feel that that dog was her idea. I don't feel that um she wanted to film that. I feel this was Trump and his group of people's idea. This was to elevate Melania, because Trump, you know what? He talks like a 5-year-old. He writes like a 5-year-old. He acts like a 5-year-old sometimes. All of that, but he's not dumb. He's not like dumb. Um so he knows how things work. So this was his idea, his plan to make Melania. Can I tell you how I'm hearing it? He wanted to, and I think Bezos paid for it or sponsored this thing. I don't even know how many millions were spent on this documentary, but let me tell you what my guides are telling me, that he just wants to make Melania more popular than Michelle Obama. He said, if we make this documentary of Melania, everyone's going to see that side of Melania, and they're going to see her behind the scenes and what a beautiful first lady she is, and blah, 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 blah. And everyone's going to fall in love with her, and F Michelle Obama. This is how this is how he works. This is how what fuels him is like, who are his enemies? Like, he looks at his enemies and he's like, I'm gonna one up them. I'm gonna show them. This is his thing. He wakes up in the morning. All right. First thing he does is like Truth Social. He's online, rage tweeting, whatever. And then he's like, okay, what did Biden do? Where did Biden spend his Easter with his family, his beautiful family? They were in this beautiful place at Easter. All right, you know what? I'm going to show him my family. This is how he is. This is how he is. He is petty. He's a petulant little Gemini kid. That's what he is. What are you guys saying that will never happen? What? I know, with Michelle. Yeah. No, that will never happen. I know, but I'm just saying how he thinks. He's got to live Judy's deteriorating frontal lobe. Listen, to me, it's irresponsible for experts and medical experts, or even like, okay, psychics. Let's say we're picking up the energy, right? This is our job. We predict things. But I don't think, how can people know how long he's got to live? Like, if you're not his personal physician who knows the ins and outs of his health, how can you make that prediction? So I always take these things with a grain of salt, Asa. I understand the sentiment behind it, and I understand all that, but I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit irresponsible for them to say, like, specifically he's got 14 days because of his frontal lobe dementia. We haven't, you guys, again, we all know the truth, but no one from his camp has come out and said, you know what, our president has dementia. The same one with Biden. We could all see the signs, but no one came out and said anything until they made him step down and Kamala took the wheel. But because, I mean, we could see it. We could see that something was wrong. The same goes with him, but we cannot, like, how can these experts come out and say specifically 14 days? It's one thing saying, I believe, based off like a checklist of things, that he's got dementia, and therefore, a man his age with dementia, if his dementia could have 2, 3, 4 years to live. And it's another thing saying 14 days. Does that make sense? um Yeah, we don't, even me, all right, who I know he's passing. I've been shown this for years now, and it keeps getting pushed. All right, it keeps getting pushed because we have free will, things change. I cannot pinpoint, I cannot say, he's gonna die on Monday, the 19th of April. I don't know, whatever. I'm just giving you, or 19th of May, whatever date. It's impossible. It's impossible. And also, we don't know what kind of treatment he's receiving, if he is taking care of his health, because it's one thing if your physician says, you know what, Donald, if you don't eat healthy, if you don't eat more greens and um drink less Coke and drink less, take your vitamins, whatever, you might live longer. We don't know these things, but my feeling, my intuition as a psychic, having received this, is that I'll be surprised if he makes it through to May, to the month of May. I'll be shocked, to be honest. And by the way, if he doesn't pass now, the other window that I've gotten is August. The other window that I've gotten from Spirit is that if he doesn't take this exit, we have 5 exit points. I've talked about this. Our soul has 5 exit points. Our soul decides which exit point is going to use. So Trump did not use the exit points before, especially last year when I saw him. This was when he had his heart attack 2 years ago, June of 2024, when I saw it. Came out and shared it with you guys, told you. So now, whether he chooses to take this one, he doesn't chooses this one, which is now this month, it will be August. And if he doesn't choose that one, that's it. August, done. Bye. Goodbye. Done. Yep, doctors, hospice, and PAL care will say months or weeks, but will never give exact number of days. Yeah, exactly. You cannot give an exact number. So many factors are involved. Exactly my point. Thank you. Exactly my point. It's extra fat, that body can't last. It's been carrying that extra for at least 20 years. I know a lot of people say that, okay, and I don't want to out him, but I will, kind of like my father-in-law, for instance, okay. He's overweight. He's never ate healthy in his life, hates to eat salads or greens. He used to smoke, he doesn't smoke anymore. He's not living a healthy lifestyle, but he's got an incredible DNA and genetics. He's 84 years old and he's alive and kicking and doing just great. So sometimes what their physique or what they eat or their lifestyle doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to bring their demise sooner. I'm just saying, like, and I hope my father-in-law honestly lives a long, long time, and he seems perfectly fine. But he's one of the most unhealthy person I've met in my life. On how, like, he never took care of his health, never, like, never went for blood work. He's 84 and he still won't go to the. He'll go to the doctor if he's sick, or if we take him by the hand. But he's not someone who's on top of this, and he's just fine. I'm just saying, it's not necessarily the physique or what they eat or what they do. If he's got good genetics, and I believe I know his dad died, Donald Trump's dad died quite young, right? But I believe his mom died old, like she lived a long life. So there's genetics there. Okay. I don't know if you have other questions around Melania, but I think it's like very clear what's happening here and what we're going to see happening. Again, this was part of her plan. She knows exactly what she's doing, and we're going to see more and hear more of Melania. Things are going to be trickling down, or there are going to be more breadcrumbs coming out. So, yeah. Yeah, as well. Us is right that he also has the best healthcare team around him. So we cannot make a prediction, and especially those experts, they cannot say he's got 14 days to live. I know there's wishful thinking there, and a lot of people are like, there's a lot of posts about his health and about his demise and all that. And it's mostly wishful thinking. People are frustrated right now, frustrated with everything that's going on. And especially when they see their president come out and threaten to obliterate and completely destroy a whole nation, a culture, the history of this nation. people are just not it's frustrating. It is absolutely frustrating. So it's I understand, I completely understand. What fascinate I'll say this. What really fascinates me is with those MAGA people and those Trumpers that are still supporting and defending him to the end. Um, I want to ask them this question. So, if you worked for a company, a big company, you had a good job there, okay? The money was quite good. And you have a career there, and suddenly the CEO of the company starts behaving in a way which is inappropriate, which is toxic. He starts bullying you. He starts bullying his employees. He doesn't give you any holidays. What would you do? Would you stay in that company? Would you still feel loyal towards the company and your CEO? Just because you're earning a good paycheck and because you've built a career there. How what like I mean I would like to know, like, what would you do? Like, would you say, my boss is crazy, it's okay, like, he comes in, he bullies us, he does this, he's very um it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? He's irrational. We don't know what to expect from him, but I'm still loyal, still support him, even though I haven't been on holiday for 2 years. He's called me a pig or whatever. Like, honestly, like, what's wrong with these people? What are wrong with these people? Because essentially, Trump is the CEO of the USA. USA is like a business. It's a business. Politics is a business model. And a lot of politicians do uh, do lead their nations and their countries as though they are a corporation. All right. And they make more money for themselves, for their families. They have their own personal agendas that they put forth. So, I mean, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Oh, wait, what's Danielle saying? Despite the 20th being a holiday and my daughter's birthday, is it? Everyone is saying something bad is going to happen. Yes, yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Where do you see Melania in the future? A supporting mother to Barron and encouraging him to run for office, or withdraw? Good question. I do see her being supportive of Barron. She has a very strong bond with her son. He does as well too. They're very, very close. She's very protective over him. He talks to his mom often, and he does open up. So he does talk about, like, girls and things like that to Melania. I see her. So part of the rebrand. So post Trump now, I do see her writing books. Because I see her literally doing book signings, doing speeches, like maybe TEDx or keynote speaker for a while, and then she will disappear. So this will be her way of, like, rebranding and just making herself more acceptable or people to accept her back or accept her. But it's only going to happen for a few years, and then I do see her just going off and living her life and just doing whatever. I just broke out in hives when I said this. I just got it now. So yeah. Interesting times, you guys. So if we